welcome to Sushi Bites. Did you hear? The news I had been waiting for has finally come. A Bleach spin-off movie is to be released this year based on the one-shot manga Burn the Witch, and a new season of the Bleach anime is coming next year, covering the final arc of Bleach, the 1,000-Year Blood War. When I made videos on Bleach, they asked me, "Why are you talking about a dead show?" They said, "Nobody cares, you know." And then the news came, and the entire world is suddenly comprised of Bleach fans. I'm no faker. I've made no efforts to conceal my love for the Bleach franchise. I'm tired. To hell with this. Do you see this? This is Bleach. Just go watch this. With 3 Bleach Sushi Bites episodes under our belt, and to celebrate the new Bleach announcements, here's another. Bleach Blade Battlers was developed by Gaijin and published by Sony Computer Entertainment Interactive on the 12th of October 2006, with 23 playable characters, spanning from the beginning of the series up to the end of Soul Society: The Rescue arc. This game adapts content from 63 episodes of the show into video game form. Sony were a sponsor of the Bleach TV anime in Japan, and their systems were no stranger to Bleach games, with the PS2, PS3 and PlayStation Portable each having games based on the franchise. While fairly early in the Bleach video game timeline, this title had already been preceded by 7 titles. 3 Heat the Soul games had been released for the PSP, the GameCube title Tasagare ni Mamieru Shinigami, the Game Boy Advance's Kurenai ni Samaru Soul Society, and 2 other PS2 games, JRPG-style title Hanatoreshi Yabo, and the third-person beat-em-up Erebareshi Tamashi. For Blade Battlers to stand out, it would need something the others didn't have. Besides an easy-to-pronounce title, it also has 4-player multiplayer. Blade Battlers is a fighting game for up to 4 players, with gameplay mildly similar to the cult classic Capcom brawler Power Stone. The story mode of Blade Battlers features funny what-if scenarios, each made up of several battles or survival rounds, where the player must defeat a certain number of ghosts or survive for a long enough time. The battles are bookended by voiced cutscenes, starring the show's cast of voice talent, reprising their roles. I particularly enjoyed Masakazu Morita as Ichigo Kurosaki, who was clearly having fun in the studio delivering every single one of his lines. Besides these episodes, you can also play a mission mode, which is how other characters are unlocked. For every so many points rewarded for completing objectives, a character will automatically be made available. A shop feature allows you to buy items to view in the gallery. These include bottle-top figures of each of the game's playable characters complete with voice clips. You can also unlock the game's epilogue images, comedy video clips of the game's playable characters playing soccer, and special collectible figurines showing key battles in the series, and this one called Nice Angle, which if you watched the show in English you wouldn't know what the fuck it meant. Along with these collectibles, you can also uncover the hidden sword hunting missions that allow each character to earn a second special move, borrowing an opponent's signature attack for their own. To unlock a sword hunting mission, both of the characters involved in the mission must have been unlocked. There's something satisfying about seeing Rukia using her brother's Senbon Sakura Kageyoshi, however lore-crushingly outrageous it may be. Beating every sword hunting mission will open up a special menu where you can watch interviews with the voice cast. Overall, quite a meaty amount of content is packed away in this title. The cast of playable characters features anybody I'd have considered a main character in the first 3 seasons. The roster includes most of the relevant captains from the Rescue arc as playable characters, but stops short of lesser important lieutenants or captains. I find this game to be a decent bit of fun to play as a Bleach fan, but it is certainly lacking in many areas. The rigid, clunky fighting and weird lock-on system are hard to get used to, and I struggled to do well in the beginning, though it finally clicked for me. One bizarrely poor choice on the developer's part has Rukia sporting her Gigai, human body, in gameplay, until powering up into her awakened form, her Shinigami form. Not only does this make zero sense in the game, as by this point in the story, she would have not only have recovered her Shinigami powers, but she also appears in cutscenes in her Shihakusho. But it also means struggling with an underpowered Rukia until you're down to red health, when you can finally activate your Shinigami powers, by which time it's far too late to turn the tide of battle. Despite this, it's oddly fun. The game had plenty of room to improve, and thankfully the sequel addresses almost all of these complaints. Almost.
Bleach Blade Battlers Second.
Just under a whole year after the first Blade Battlers game came Blade Battlers Second, on September the 27th, 2007. This game includes characters and content from Arrancar the Arrival arc. A handful of the Vizard and Arrancar characters were added to the roster, along with a few Shinigami captains, lieutenants, and subordinates. Overall, 9 characters were added to the fully returning roster, bringing the playable count to 36. Characters oddly missing from the first game are now also accounted for. To balance such a large roster, all characters have had their signature moves replaced with awakened forms, which makes the game lose a bit of its charm, I feel. No more Kon-wielding Zangetsu, which is just heartbreaking. The game has been hugely improved in almost every conceivable facet. The character models look nicer, the environments are more detailed, and the gameplay is switched up for the better, with the new awakened forms, each one changing the way the battle plays out. Uryu's awakened form will make Quincy arrows rain down from the sky on top of your opponents. Ichigo's awakened form will add multiple clones that do damage to other targets. Rukia's awakened form freezes the arena, making it slippery for others. These powers add a brand new level of tactics to each battle. Unfortunately, Rukia once again dons the Gigai form at the beginning of each fight, but her Gigai form has been powered up extensively, and it is now explained in-universe why she is choosing to wear it. However ridiculous her still wearing it is, at least she's not weak as balls and practically unplayable anymore. As with the last game, a selection of what-if scenarios are available, including one where some of Bleach's heartthrobs don women's clothing. Ichigo in a wedding dress, Renji as a schoolgirl, Izuru as a nurse. It certainly caught me off guard. Alongside these, the mission mode returns, though instead of a list of missions, it is now in the form of a large board with multiple paths and characters to befriend. When you get someone new, you unlock them for every mode. You can switch character, partner, and CPU difficulty easily from the pause menu, and the objectives on each mission increase replay value. The shop and gallery also return. You can unlock each of the game's illustrations, 3 RadioCon shorts, which are always good for a laugh, and you can also buy accessories with which to customize each fighter in the game. Our top story tonight. Even the Bleach cast are doing their best to quell the spread. Shigakuni Yamamoto Genryusai has ordered all non-essential Shinigami to stay in their barracks until further notice. I have no difficulty in recommending either of these fantastic fighting games to collectors, regardless of whether they are Bleach fans or not. Bleach fans will certainly get far more out of them than those unfamiliar with the license, but they're still pretty fun brawlers with good mechanics, especially the second title, which ironed out practically all of the kinks. Bleach fans will want to play both, as they offer unique experiences tailored for the fans. And if you're a collector, you will want both of these, but I'd recommend at least giving the second one a play, just to see what it's like. You might find out you're a closet Bleach fan, in which case you've got enough time to watch Bleach from start to end before the new season comes next year. This has been Sushi Bites. Thanks for watching.